Hi, my name is Mandy Hayworth. I am doing a coming out of the spiritual closet video. Ooh. What I'm really doing is I wanted to make a video that shares with the world who I am. I have been kind of holding back and not sharing with everybody who I am. And I think that because I've done that, it's kind of made it to where I seclude myself. And so I thought this video, I've been wanting to do this video for almost a year now. And, got scared of doing it. I think it's pretty vulnerable to share who you really are. I think that our world, we all go out and we pretend to be a certain way, like there's this acceptable way of being in our world, and I feel like if people start sharing their real selves, I think it'll be beneficial for everybody. The first thing I wanted to share is that I have gotten really into my emotional and spiritual growth, and I'm actually feeling like those things are the same thing. The law of attraction is kind of the thing that got me started on all this. I watched The Secret and What the Belief Do We Know, and it opened up this whole new world for me. And ever since I've watched those, I mean, I've looked into this every day. I mean, I have certain teachers that I follow on YouTube and other things that you can look up online. I've seen energy workers. I've gotten energy work done that's like totally changed everything for me. I'm now into meditation. I realized that after the first 2 years of me doing this, I thought the law of attraction was this thing that you can use to attract cool things into your life. Well, then I learned that the law of attraction is one of the laws of the universe, like gravity. And you're attracting all day, every day, things into your life. So, and it's not by your thoughts, it's mostly by the way that you feel, by your vibration. Your emotions and your vibration are the same thing. And once I learned that, I realized that I didn't know what my emotions were. Nobody teaches you that. I guess if you go in counseling, you learn what your emotions are. Like, I guess I remember getting a little paper with all these different faces on it and names of emotions underneath it. But an emotion is something that you feel in your body. It's a reaction to the things that are happening in your life. and the things that are happening in your life are caused by your emotion. And then repetitive thoughts, and but basically mostly your emotion. So over the last 5 years, I've been learning my emotions, and over the last 2 years, I've actually been allowing myself to feel my emotions, which changed everything for me. At first, I learned my emotions because I heard that it's your guidance scale. We are all born with this emotional guidance system, and we're kind of trained away from it by our parents and teachers and everybody in our lives. Not on purpose. If our parents and teachers knew this stuff, they would have done things differently. But they didn't know it. And now I'm learning it, and I want to share it with whoever I can, because it's making such a big difference in my life. When I first started learning about my emotions, I was just kind of trying to figure out what I was feeling so I could figure out where I needed to go from there. I was mostly focused on positive thought, trying to think positive thoughts all the time, so I'm constantly attracting the things that I want into my life. Well, that didn't work. I mean, it worked for certain things, but I could never get past a certain point. And one day, I finally found a new teacher that is all about allowing your emotions. And this really did change everything. This makes... that's cool. This makes everything different. Did you know that if you allow yourself to feel your negative emotion, it will transform and go away? If you distract yourself from your negative emotion, like we are all taught to do, it stays in your subconscious. It stays and keeps coming up over and over again in whatever way it can until you feel it. So if you are constantly running from your negative emotions, they're like building up big time. They're building up, and you're attracting negative things into your life because of that. One of the things that I've learned is inner child work, and that has been transformational. I have learned and moved up in my vibration so much because of inner child work. The first 7 to 8 years of your life, you are like a sponge. You are pure consciousness, just absorbing everything around you. And you do not know that you are separate from anything. You don't know that you are an individual person that isn't connected to everything. We are connected to everything to a certain degree. Like, we are all one, right? But that's like another conversation. And around 7 or 8 years old, you start learning that you are an individual. But the first 7 or 8 years of your life, you are absorbing everything, right? Like Like if your parents get a divorce when you're a little kid, have you noticed how the little kid thinks it's their fault? They really do. They think it's their fault because they can't separate themselves from what's going on. So all the things that happen in this little child's life is creating who that person is going to be as a grown-up. Like the first 7 years of your life, you are like being built into this person that, I mean, your beliefs about the world, your beliefs about yourself, why people hate themselves, why people think that they have a big nose, why people think that they're ugly, why people think that they are worthless because of things that happened before they were 7. So I've done work on this quite a few times. And every time that I have done this, my life changes in every area. This has been a huge thing for me. Because I have some negative beliefs. I've had some negative beliefs. I still do. I mean, we have so many beliefs. It's hard to figure out what they all are, but there are some main core beliefs that you're attracting your life from that are holding you back. Most people don't love themselves. I don't know if I've ever met someone that loves themselves. Have you? I mean, I thought after I learned all this law of attraction stuff, I thought that I loved myself. I was saying, oh, I love myself. Because I learned logically that we are all a part of God, right? Source energy, the universe, whatever you want to call it. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I love God, so I love myself. Well, I said that for a long time. And then one day realized, oh my God, the feeling I'm feeling is like self-hatred, like worthlessness. There's been a few times where I thought I logically know something is true, but I don't believe it's true. This is you really have to kind of work to figure these things out, because we learn a lot with our brains, but it doesn't translate into the way that we feel. So that was a confusing lesson to learn. So anyways, after I do this inner child work, people treat me differently. The first one that I did was this not good enough type belief. And I got triggered by somebody that I was hanging out with. It said something that, and I was so triggered. I came home, I was so upset. I had this I was like shaking, and I was angry and anxious, but the feeling in my body, which is your emotion is a feeling in your body. So it's kind of like everybody's is a little bit different. You have to start feeling into yourself, feeling like if you get angry, like your face gets hot and you get like this feeling in your throat, or you get like a feeling over here on this side of your body. It's like different for everybody, so you have to start feeling into this stuff. But I came home and I sat down on the floor, and the emotion that I was feeling was so uncomfortable. I sat here and I let it get bigger. Like I relaxed into it, which is hard to do when we are taught to push everything away. Like, go smoke a cigarette, go take a pill, go get a beer, go eat some food, go do something now, right? As soon as you start feeling crappy stuff. So you have to actually be able to stop yourself from doing that and actually feel the stuff. So I sat down on the floor and I'm trying to hold this emotion. So I'm breathing deeply and just letting this terrible feeling be there. And it's like in my face and in my body. It's really uncomfortable. But I just sat there and I was like, just hold on to this. So I just sat there with my eyes closed and I was breathing. My cinnamon rolls are done. I held on to it, and as I was breathing and holding on to it, it shifted. The way that it felt in my body changed. Baby. Okay. Sorry, I'm not going to pause this because I don't know how to put two different movies or like two different clips together. I haven't learned that yet. But I need to set this down somewhere. I might have a mess in my kitchen, so excuse me. I held the body in my emotion. I held the feeling in my body, and it started changing. The way it actually felt in my body started changing and shifting, and every time it shifted, I held it whatever it felt like in the new way. It like started feeling different, and I held it whatever it was. And then it started feeling different again, and I held that, and I just kept breathing deeply. And then all of a sudden, it's shifting until it almost didn't. I spilled it. It almost, the negative feelings weren't there anymore. So I got up, went on with my day, and all of a sudden I start noticing days later, when I'm talking to my kids, they are treating me differently. When I'm talking to these people that normally upset me, they are not treating me the way they used to. They're not saying things to me that they used to say. By me doing this work, I changed what I was attracting, and people were treating me better. So this means I changed my reality. Like, I changed myself, and everybody else around me can no longer act the way that they used to. They can no longer say things that are kind of putting me down. My kids are listening to me better. I was hugely surprised. This was amazing for me because I learned by changing myself, other people in my whole life shifts. This is huge because we do a lot of focusing on other people and trying to change them. And the only person that we need to be working on is ourselves. And by working on ourselves, you actually can change the world. I know that sounds stupid, but I'm being serious. If we're all doing these kind of processes, I don't care if you're Christian or Muslim or, I mean, I don't even know. I don't care if you're religious, if you're not religious. The world we live in is ruled by the law of attraction. There actually used to be stories in the Bible about this, but they were taken out. If you want to look that up, you can look it up on YouTube. There were different, I don't know who is making these decisions. It's actually in the videos on YouTube. Who is deciding to take these stories out of the Bible? It tells you. But they were taking it out, I would imagine they were taking it out because if people all knew that they create their own lives, maybe they thought that people would do bad things. Maybe they thought that there wouldn't be order, you know? But, you should look that up. It's just, that's interesting. They've actually found a lot of new tablets and things, information like that proved that they knew this a long time ago. They knew about us creating our own lives, and for some reason somebody didn't want us to know that. So anyways, we're learning this again now, and it's benefiting so many people's lives. It's definitely changed my life. I feel now like I have purpose. I have something to be excited about every day. Living every day as if you're not in control of your own life. Now that I have this, I just cannot imagine living that way ever again. Living every day thinking that by doing certain things you're gonna go to hell. That's like scary. That's scary. I no longer believe in hell. Actually, I stopped believing in hell when I got saved when I was 13 years old. For some reason, there were things in the Bible that I would not line up with. And I would say that to whoever, like the people I was going to church with, like cool, I believe in God, totally believe in God, but there's things in the Bible that don't make sense to me. And so I'm not going to go by all that. I'm sharing all this with you guys because I want to be authentic. I want to share who I am really, because I think it would be good if more people did this. If we share who we really truly are and not all pretend like we're doing really good and pretend like life is perfect and hide ourselves from everybody. I feel like everybody does that, and I don't think it's working. And I don't want to be around people if we all have to act fake. It's exhausting for me to be fake. I would rather be authentic and be myself. So, this is me doing that. Also, I feel like I could help people. I feel like if somebody had something going wrong in their life, something really dark in their life that they can't tell anybody because they're really ashamed of it, I feel like I am in a place where I can listen to you and not judge. Do you know how good it feels to tell somebody the way that you feel, the things that you're thinking? This is something that I've started doing, I don't know, 6-7 months ago with one of my girlfriends. And I literally tell her the things that you don't tell people, okay? I tell her my weird, suspicious thoughts that I'm embarrassed of. You know what I'm saying? And by just really sharing these things that I think about some of the really close people in my life that you don't normally say, okay? And by me being really authentic and actually sharing all of this, sharing everything, it's like set me free in a way, except I'm only sharing this with one person. And you know, I think that's cool. I don't want to share all my deepest stuff with everybody, but I do feel like I am capable of helping other people or being that person for other people. And I will not judge you. I feel like I've been in really dark places. I've had some hard times in life, and I'm pretty good at accepting people, and I just wanted to share that just telling somebody some of the things that are going on in our lives that we are embarrassed about, ashamed about, it kind of sets you free in a way. I will have integrity and I will not share your stuff. I'm wanting to maybe get with people either that just like have the same beliefs as me or are interested in quantum physics or the law of attraction, and maybe building a community of people that are into the same thing, or a community of people that help each other with whatever, you know, emotional stuff, physical stuff. I mean, friends, you know, like, I mean, if you need to help moving, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, just people, a group of people. So, I don't know if there's anything that I am missing here. I was really scared to do this. I was really scared of offending somebody. I was really worried about, I have people in my life that are Christian, and I was just worried that they would not accept me anymore. But that doesn't sound right, right? And making a video of yourself is really hard. I don't know if you guys have done that, but it's not easy. I'm just going to look through this really quick and make sure I'm not missing anything. Maybe I'll make more videos. I think it's probably good for people to see somebody sharing who they really are, and not doing this whole like Instagram, I have the perfect life, like I'll show you all the good sides of me and none of the bad. And another thing, I'm not saying I have everything figured out. Like I still have I still have things going on. I mean, there isn't a point in life where you got it. You know, I thought when I was younger that there is a certain point in life where things are figured out. You did it. Like, you did it. You accomplished it. Well, no. I also thought that grown-ups knew everything. I thought as soon as you're a grown-up, you know everything. So when grown-ups talked to me when I was little, I thought they knew everything. Do all kids think that? Did you guys think that? Because, I mean, that's not cool for us to, like, let our kids think that. I don't think. I mean, not that my mom and dad and teachers knew that I thought that, but I try and let my kids know, like, grown-ups don't have it all figured out. Just so you know, when you turn 18, you don't, like, get a ton of information and then life is perfect. So yeah, I'm just saying that all my problems aren't solved. But nobody's problems are all solved. And even the, like, gurus and the Pope and all these people, they still have to talk to somebody about their own stuff. They still have their own issues going on. And if we all waited until we had it figured out, I don't think we would help anybody. All right, yeah, I was saying that we've been taught that sadness, anger, grief, we've been taught that those are bad things. They're not. Everything that we feel is there for a reason. It's like, it's a message. It's telling you something. So, when we're taught that these are bad, anger, sadness, lower vibrations, when we're taught that they're bad, we try to avoid them at all costs. And we hide them from people. We suppress them. I know so many people think that anger is bad. And I mean, a lot of women especially, like, that anger, we're not supposed to feel anger. It's a natural emotion. And by holding it in and pretending like you don't have it, you will attract angry people into your life. That's one sign. You'll attract a partner that is filled with anger and always expressing it. And your anger will be building in the background, and it's going to come out in some way. I mean, it can come out in an addiction. It can come out in you exploding on somebody that you love, usually. I mean, so many things could happen. So now that I know that these lower vibrations aren't bad, I am allowed to feel them when they come up, and I don't need to numb myself or, like, push this thing away. I'm getting better and better at feeling my own emotions, and then once you allow it and feel it, it changes into something better. And that's huge. That was a huge lesson for me. Okay. I wrote pages and pages. Okay, well, I think that... Oh, okay. One thing that I learned, and I guess if you follow me on Facebook or any of my social medias, you can see that I'm into healthy food now. I have a girlfriend that is a intuitive, and she told me that one of the first things that I needed to do was start eating better. I was eating sugar, like so much sugar, like major sugar addiction, like most of the world right now, or America anyways. And I didn't get how this could be connected, my body and what I'm learning and what I'm able to like receive intuitively. But once I listened, and once I cut down my sugar. First of all, I quit having these mood swings. Sugar like spikes your blood insulin, right? Like really high, and then crashes. And this makes you grumpy. This made me grumpy. And then I eat more sugar, and so all day I'm just going up, down, up, down, up, down. I mean, it's exhausting. Then your body is tired. Then I switched to organic food. And if you don't know about GMOs yet, there's some documentaries on Netflix even. They're teaching it in my school, or my daughter's school, about the GMOs and what they do to your body. They're terrible. They're I mean, killing us slowly, honestly. I know that might sound dramatic, but you should just look into it before you go, calling me a conspiracy theorist, whatever. Check it out for yourself first. So me moving to organic foods, and eating more vegetables, I feel so much better. This raises your vibration all by itself. Sugar in your blood looks like this ball with spikes all over it, and it wreaks havoc on your whole body. You could Google that and see what that looks like. If you look at what sugar is in your bloodstream, you will see that it's dangerous, So eating healthy is one of the other hugely important lessons that I've learned, and that right there has changed everything for me. Once I stopped worrying about losing weight and like taking pills and doing certain supplements that will, make you lose weight, and I started caring about the nutrition I was putting in my body. Like, this is good for me. I'm gonna eat this, and I'm gonna drink this, and I'm gonna, make a smoothie out of this. Once I shifted my thought process about that, I lost weight pretty fast. I was also doing like my own little version of bulletproof coffee too, which really helped keep my energy up all day. Anyways, okay, this video was long, but I wanted to share with the world who I am now. And I wanted to kind of reach out to anybody who is into quantum physics, law of attraction, anything esoteric. I'm into it. I want to learn about it. I want to learn more. And then for anybody that is going through like a hard time, I'm totally like down to help, and I feel like I'm gonna be good at it. I just know. I just know I am. Anyways, it'd be cool to see other people share who they are. Everybody's story would be different, wouldn't it? Like if everybody put out a video of who they are and what they're like really into. God, we would learn so much about each other, and then also we would know, like if we had something in common. Anyways, my name is Mandy Hayworth. I am coming out of the spiritual closet. And I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.